everyone. I'm so excited to be here today to talk to all of you about a topic that I'm really passionate about, and that is community building amongst physicians, specifically through the use of social media. I think in this era of burnout that we hear so much about all the complicating factors that contribute to burnout, but we don't necessarily hear a lot about what we can do to actually move the needle in regards to solving this problem. That has been, for me, a large part of my professional efforts over the last few years. And during this context of this work, I've actually been fortunate to be able to build an online community of over 115,000 physicians where people are coming together on a daily basis to talk about things like what is contributing to their burnout, or the struggles that they're facing in their profession, or the challenges that they faced at work that day. And then not only getting the support that they need, but really trying to come up with solutions in conjunction with their colleagues about things that can either address that specific problem or actually advocate for a larger issue on a national level. And I think that that power for communities to come together and advocate on behalf of ourselves and our professions and combat some of the changes in the healthcare landscape that we don't like, as well as propose new changes that we do like, is very, very powerful. It's historically been very hard to get physicians together in one space to talk about things like change and what can actually change in the large scheme of things. And I think that that's something that our profession has struggled with in the past. And now we've got this great new outlet in social media to be able to overcome a lot of those barriers of time and space and geographic location and say, we can all come together on our terms, aside from our daily work, and actually make a real difference in what it is that the profession is facing and what kinds of things we're going to see going forward. So I think that so many of us see these problems and we just don't have the bandwidth to take those forward individually. And that's where the power of these online communities, whether they be on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it, when people come together and be able to discuss these problems and then actually take them to those discussions to the next level of what can we do, and have a medium like social media where things can very quickly be put together and mobilized, is so powerful. And we've seen over the last few years many examples of people in social media, physicians in social media, who have come together and put together hashtag campaigns, who have put together national level initiatives and taken them to senior congressional leaders, really been able to mobilize the power of the collective physician voice to enact change in things that we have been complaining about for years or even decades in some cases. I'm really inspired by that movement, and I really think that in the future we're going to see a lot more of that. So I would encourage all of you, no matter how shy you might be about social media, to really consider giving social media a chance. I would start with the platform that you are the most comfortable with, whether it is because you're already on Facebook and interacting in that space and joining a physician community, or whether it's because you're already on Twitter because you like to follow certain people, finding some of the physicians on Twitter to be able to interact with. Being able to look at communities like LinkedIn, where you might just have a profile for a simple professional, this is who I am and this is where I work, and really engaging in some of the conversations that are happening there. I think you would be very pleasantly surprised to see that on some small micro level that is quickly transforming to a macro level, physicians are out there making a difference every day, and social media has given them that power to be able to amplify voices and amplify movements in a way that we really have not had historically within our profession. It's my hope that we as radiologists kind of get out of the dark, right, and come forward and say, we really have a lot to contribute, and we have a lot of things that we are seeing within our profession. I think we've got such talented members of our radiologist workforce who could really make such a big impact in the national landscape, and I think social media is a great way to encompass a lot of the goals that we have in that realm. So I hope that you'll take the next step forward, and I hope that you'll join our session and really see the different ways that physicians have been able to do this and do it and join the movement. Thank you.